refreshing and ravishing voice, a lively heart of shade and light, powered by passion and ability. Red Carpet TV, you are the best. For festival Thanksgiving, for your birthday, for burial ceremony, we are everywhere. The best among the rest. For wedding ceremony, for carnival, civic reception. For festival, we are there. For Thanksgiving service,
the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. Patience and perseverance are virtues. Good evening and welcome to Red Carpet TV, your home of entertainment. Today's package, it's all about Lagos, you know? Ain't no party like a Lagos party. Kicking up with our roving camera, where its lenses cut up with exclusive parties from this beautiful city. Then we'll move to the 2016 valedictory speech and prize-giving day of a magnificent citadel of learning. We're talking about Peak Lane Schools. And finally, the beautiful colors, the magnificent nuptials and bridal faces, the solemnization between Omotayo Oshifeso and Abiola Allen, also in this beautiful city of Lagos. I am Damilola. Enjoy.
The arrival of swanky guests, the shade of exquisiteness, the torrent of merriment all plumets the atmosphere at various event centers across Lagos over the weekend. Red Carpet roving camera beamed its searchlight on these revelries and cut up a wonderful shindigs as socialites from diverse sections all came around to party. First up, the Archbishop Vining Hall was bedecked in light and brown colors for the engagement ceremony of Titilayo Adeniyi and Olamide Adesoya. Family and friends all gathered to celebrate the union of the lovebirds. Next up, the NUT Hall alongside Ikeja, as the Association of Primary School Head Teachers of Nigeria, APSHON, held their annual seminar and send-off party, tagged Administration of Primary Education in Lagos State, Challenges and Prospects. Guests were decked in marching blue Ankara and headgear. Finally, Master Compare Benga Adeyinka stirred up the Haven Event Center at the first-year remembrance of Olufumilayo Janet Abeni Ajibola. The hall was garlanded in blue and silver decor as lively guests all came to celebrate a life well lived. From the Red Carpet roving crew, we wish the newlyweds a blissful union. To APSHON, we say happy celebration. And to Mama, we say keep resting in the bosom of the Lord.
The mood was impressive and the ambience expressive, with sequence of electrifying display and faces of eclectic proceedings that echoed through the nooks and crannies of the compact vicinity of Alagbole-Akute, the community that proudly houses a fortress of education and citadel of learning, where boarding stars are molded to taste and churned out to impact the world. Welcome to Peak Lane Schools, a bastion of excellence that roars with sterling record of distinction and adorned with garments of magnificence. For 2 consecutive days, the beam of glory practically illuminated the entire vicinity as Peak Lane Schools held a colorful valedictory service, speech and prize-giving day to outgoing students. It was an occasion soaked with thrills and frills of glamour, with soirée of fun, blissful songs and mesmeric dances. The 2-day glamour-packed ceremony began on Tuesday, July 19, 2016, with nursery and primary valedictory service. As proud parents thronged the premises, the hall was beautifully decorated in shades of yellow and blue and leavened with dazzling pink and yellow lights. The tent was filled to capacity by parents, graduating students and special guests of honor. The procession of the graduating sets was exceptional as the cute little lassies adorned in yellow, blue and grey took the lead and danced cheerily into the hall. They were later followed by the primary class successively. Opening prayers by Mr. Jide Faniya soon melted into divine renditions by the staff choir as it led the crowd to a non-stop veneration to God. The collaborative efforts of the school orchestra produced brilliant and harmonious sounds from the violin as it gave special presentations. The event was further brightened with inspirational speeches, presentation of farewell songs and dances. The outgoing head boy of a primary school gave an outstanding speech that produced a loud ovation from the entire audience.
To do this for 2 weeks now, but please pardon me if my emotions get the better part of me in the course of this valedictorian speech.
His female counterpart was also not left behind with a brilliant valedictory speech. The director of Peak Lane Schools, Mrs. Ife Nwachukwu, did a review of the academic year that just ended and give a brief account of the school's enviable academic track record. Thereafter, all graduating sets were decorated with the school's lapel pin. Then it was time to honor and celebrate the most outstanding students from the primary and nursery class of 2016. The valedictory service came to a close with vote of thanks, followed by loud celebrations. The next day was a real blast, a blast of splendor that crowned a successful sojourn, spanning many years of drilling, tutoring and training in a first-rate citadel of learning. It was indeed a day of celebration for the big guns of the Peak Lane Schools who have come, seen and conquered and are ready to dazzle their world. They are the graduating secondary school students who are more than ready to showcase the mental and physical acquisition at the next level of life. But until then, they are the fabulous class of 2016 at the Peak Lane College valedictory service held with pomp and panache. BJ and his fabulous band dished out sweet music to the delight of guests as the students, girls and boys, appeared in navy blue suits. These fabulous class of 2016 beamed with excitement as they danced joyfully in celebrating the successful end of a 6-year journey at the Peak Lane College. With heartfelt prayers led by Mrs. Tuki, various performances were put together by the students. The school choir gave a special song in celebrating their senior colleagues. The director of the school, Mrs. Ife Nwachukwu, once again gave a parting speech to the graduating students.
Peakland is saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord.
The outgoing head boy and head girl, Aruleba Olorunwa and Osaiware Osunde, gave the farewell speeches.
Today is a very special and memorable day in our lives. We cannot but express the joy, happiness, and gratitude we feel towards our friends, family, and most especially towards God.
A brief documentary which highlighted the school activities and last days of the graduates in the college were relayed for guests from the projector. The PTA chairman, Mr. Gboyega Oloniyo and Jire Kuforiji, led the presentation of the 2016 graduating class and awards. The PTA team also awarded the most outstanding teachers for their great contributions in the nursery school, primary and college. Series of musical performances rent the air as everyone basked in the pool of stimulating aura. The school proprietress, PTA chairman, parents and substudents spoke with Red Carpet TV.
Wherever they go to, there must be the influence, and they must make sure they make the needed change that Nigeria needs today.
There are so many schools around that we can say these are schools. But what you need to understand is that structures may look the same. You can copy a structure, but you can't copy a culture. Here we have a culture of excellence.
Established in 1999 in the sprawling suburb of Alagbule Akute in Ogun State, Peak Lane Group of Schools offers a package of holistic education to its pupils. It cares, trains excellently, ignites desire for learning, and equips its students for a great future. For these graduating students, education is not about their graduation or valedictory, but a transformation of character that has just been delivered to them by the school.
I had to pick myself back up,
and as knights of service to God and the society, they are on this day sent forth not to celebrate or be celebrated, but to present to the world the values that have been inculcated in them by Peak Lane schools. From the Red Carpet TV crew, we congratulate the management of Peak Lane schools on this noble feat, and to the graduates we say more success in their various future endeavors. The sumptuous scenery of stylish dances and the luminous hints of excitement saturated the venue with a large volume of fun and festivities. The spellbinding swings and blings marked the apex of happiness and gladness at the reputable wedding between Omotayo Grace Oshifesa and Abiola Oluseyi Allen. It was a wedding of class and character, and also showcasing of the color of culture. Fine ladies and gentlemen in lustrous fineries filed into the Anchor Event Center, Ikeja, on Thursday, 21st of July 2016 for the traditional wedding ceremony. Beauty was communicated with the colors teal green and amplified with the dazzling sights of fashion divas. Indeed, the engagement ceremony was a spread of styles and spring of struts. The exclusive entrance of the couple's parents set the ball rolling. The happy groom flaunted the fashion blend alongside his friends, showcasing with earthy dances. The throng made their way to show subservience to the Oshifeso clan, basking in grace while bowing to his in-laws. Abiola cut the picture of a contemporary man cut in the cloth of tradition. The entrance of the delectable bride or Motayo lit up the arena with exquisite fabrics and fiery friends. With stylish courtesy, she harvested praises and prayers from her parents before joining her beau. The proposal and acceptance letter were exchanged between the two families, while the proposal letter was read by the bride's younger sister.
From our son and through our keen observation that your daughter has distinctive qualities that anyone would be proud of. She has demonstrated the qualities of a good ambassador from a godly home. She combines brains, beauty, and humility.
Bride later picked the Holy Bible from the mound of engagement items. With the showcase of the advancement of technology, the engagement ring was brought down with a remote-controlled drone. Filled with passion of love and parade of living colors, the marriage showcased the sartorial poise of the Yoruba people, the couple's land of origin. Good music from Faith Band wrapped up the engagement ceremony as the couple and their parents and well-wishers boogied on the dance floor. 2 days later, the throng again gathered for the sake of love in the presence of God at the Chapel of Christ the Light at Lausa Ikeja. The holy solemnization was a lifting of liturgy and enervating hymns. To one of this, Motayo gently walked into the church in the loving arms of her father to join her sweetheart on the altar. They stood before the altar to exchange marital vows that will bind them forever, alongside symbols of their love, which was officiated by Bishop Sunday Ogunlere. On to presentation as the newest Mr. and Mrs. Allen. Wedding charge was discharged by Bishop Ogunlere.
You must act and do things out of love, out of focus, and set your life upon pleasing the Lord and your husband. And this is the reason why marriage is a mystery. Praise the Lord. You submit to Omotayo, but indirectly your submission is not to him, but unto whom? Unto God.
The marriage register was signed and presented by Venerable Femi Taiwo.
In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. This marriage will not fail.
Then the church burst forth in thanksgiving. The congregation danced until the rendition of the processional hymn, "There Shall Be Showers of Blessings." Arriving in posh and luxurious cars, some striding or strutting in for the ultimate merriment, the Oshifesas and the Allens hosted their friends and guests with a classy banquet at the Anchor Event Center. The hall glittered with the radiance of the decor and dominance of magisterial and modish guests. From the glow of yellow to the glittery faces, the ethereal finish of the plush center blended with the lavish flair on display. And from Faith Band came an invigorating medley of contemporary tunes. One after the other, the couple's parents danced into the hall. reception climbed to fever pitch of overwhelming pleasure as the couple danced in to the beats from the DJ's corner. The event was starred by MC Prince from start to finish. Mr. Kayode Olushemire, who presided at the reception, admonished the couple to carry their marriage with diligence, patience and perseverance. Soon, Omotayo and Abiola proceeded to the cake to slice the gigantic yellow and silver cake, and they performed their first task. The father-daughter dance ensued, followed by the loving son-mother dance. Regaling his mise-en-rib, Abiola poured out love notes. It was indeed a night filled with romance and love.
Baby, you're all that I want. When you lie here in my arms, finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
The groom's youngest brother also added his own quota to the entertainment. The bride then threw a bouquet to a beautiful bevy of beauties. The bride and groom later reappeared in native attire. Soon the venue was transformed into a bubbling scene as everyone rocked with bliss to the sweet music emanating from Faith Band. Lyricist Sean Teasel took over the stage, joined by ecstatic young stars and the couple, serenading all with sizzling renditions. Sumptuous meals and drinks were in abundance for guests to relish. In attendance were top personalities and captains of industries. They have all come to celebrate with Mr. and Mrs. Oshifesa, parents of the bride, who left no stone unturned to give their daughter a befitting and glamorous wedding ceremony. The bride's mother, Mrs. Kumbi Oshifesa, is a businesswoman with a mother's touch, an outstanding entrepreneur and a loving mother. Red Carpet TV spoke with the couple, parents and guests.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Today's the happiest day of my life because I'm marrying my best friend. I usually call him J-Boy, but my little baby.
Today, I can gladly say that I feel great. I feel special and wonderful to have married the best person in the whole world. Someone who God has created for me.
From the Red Carpet TV crew, we wish Mr. and Mrs. Abiola Allen marital bliss. And that rounds off the package. Lagos holds it all, from education to Owambe. I'll see you next week, same time, same station. But you still want to enjoy this. The party goes on our website, on www.redcarpetnigeria.tv. Until next week, I am Damilola. Do have a great week.